How you going, guys? It's me again. What I've got for you today is a quick and easy mac cheese recipe. I think this recipe should be in every single household. It's really easy to make and it doesn't take many ingredients either, and it's quite cheap, which is also a good money saver in the long run for our students. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Leave feedback, and thanks for watching.
Great thing about macaroni cheese is that you don't need to have great cooking timing to make it all work out. You can cook each part separately. So we're going to start with our onions, and we're just going to fry these with a little bit of oil in a hot pan. Just fry them, and we're going to add a little bit of salt and pepper if you need to, and also we're going to stick in some fresh thyme chopped up. You don't have to stick in the thyme, you can just stay really basic if you want, but it really brings out a bit of flavour if you put some thyme in. And we're just going to cook these until they go translucent and take them off the heat. And following this, we can also use the same pan that saves the dishes, and we're going to cook our bacon. Now I know mac cheese doesn't necessarily need to have bacon in it. Traditionally it's just pasta and cheese, but I've gone up with bacon in my macaroni cheese, so I'm going to show you how I do it. So we're just going to fry our cut up pieces of bacon. I've got roughly around 250 to 300 grams of bacon here. So just going to fry all that up, and once it's done, we can put it aside and work in our other components to bring it all together. Before we start on our cheese sauce, we're going to have to take on the most important thing about macaroni and cheese, is the pasta. So we've just had a pot of boiling water, and make sure you put a little bit of salt in here. And we're just going to put in our pasta. Now you should read the cooking times on the pasta packet. It does differ, but roughly speaking 10 minutes your pasta should nearly be cooked. You can always check it by getting a little piece of pasta out, and if it's al dente, meaning if it's soft but with a little bit of firmness to it when you bite it, then it's ready. So you can just take it out of the hot water and then strain it in a colander and just leave it. Like I said, we can leave it until we get all the other components ready, and then we can start combining everything. Cheese sauce time. This is my favourite. I enjoy making a nice white sauce, and to make a cheese sauce you obviously just stick cheese in it. So what we're going to start with is a saucepan on a medium heat, and we're just going to melt a tablespoon of butter. Once it's melted, we can add in 2 tablespoons of cornflour, or a thickening agent of your choice. Now we're just going to mix this in until you get this nice paste, as you see here. This will form the base of our white sauce. Now you can do sort of fancy things to it. You can stick a little bit of garlic when you're cooking, when you're melting your butter. That'll give it a really nice base. I haven't done it this time, but you can always do that. Now to ensure that you have a nice smooth white sauce, add a little bit of milk at the moment, and then just whisk in the paste until all the paste is incorporated. This will just ensure that there's no lumps in your white sauce. Now following this, we can stick in the rest of our milk. I stuck in around 2 cups of milk. I think it was around 500 milliliters of milk. And we're just going to put this on a medium heat, like I said, and stir it and let it thicken. Keep an eye on it, it'll thicken just like that, and if you're not watching, you'll burn your white sauce. So just keep an eye on it and watch it thicken. As you can see, it's thickened up quite nicely. Now we can stick in our cheese to turn our white sauce into a cheese sauce. So I've roughly used 2 large handfuls of grated cheese. Now this depends on, if you're a cheese lover, you might want to stick in more, and if you don't like that much cheese and you're trying to be a little bit healthy, you can stick in a little bit less, but it's up to you entirely. Your sauce now should be really silky and thick. This is what we're after. Now here's another thing that you guys don't have to do. You can keep it really simple and a little bit traditional, but I've always stuck in 2 teaspoons of mustard, whole grain mustard seeds. It's a little bit different. It brings out a little bit more flavours that you're not necessarily used to in a macaroni cheese. So do try it. I promise that you won't be disappointed. So we can put that in now, and then just mix it around. And now we can put in our stuff we cooked earlier. So our onions, we can stir these in. And following this, we can stick in our bacon. So we're just going to have a large mixture of everything that needs to coat the pasta. So just mix this all in nicely, and we can finally construct our macaroni cheese. So now you want to grab something that can hold all our macaroni cheese. A large dish would be really ideal. I've always used this large deep stone pot I've got here. It cooks quite nicely. The only downside, it doesn't have a larger surface area for our crispy top, but that's fine. So just grab a large dish, anything will do, and just stick our pasta, our cooked pasta, into it. Now what we're going to do is to simply stick our sauce with our onions and bacon mixed in, and we're just going to pour it over the top. Get a spoon, and we're just going to slowly mix it all through. And we're just going to do this until all our sauce is gone and all the pasta is completely coated in our beautiful, nice white sauce. So once we're at this stage, just before we stick it into the oven, we can grab some coarse breadcrumbs. It's up to you if you want to do this. The added crunch is absolutely divine, so I recommend it highly. So grab some breadcrumbs and just sprinkle a nice even layer across the top. And if you're feeling indulgent, grate a little bit of Parmesan cheese across the top of our breadcrumbs. It can be normal cheese, and then just whack that bad boy into the oven at 180 degrees, and it should be done in around 10 to 15 minutes. You're only really wanting the top to go a nice golden brown. That signifies that the macaroni is ready, and we can pull it out. You might want to let it cool down a little bit. This stuff can get nuclear hot. I've got a few tales about burning my lips off. So just let it cool down, plate it up, and serve it with a nice salad. And she's your perfect, nice, cheap meal that will really go down a treat, I promise you. So thank you guys for watching. Enjoy, and if you've got any questions, feel free to ask.